Hey man, you guys ready? Muko ready? Muko ready?
Yeah, man, we're ready.
I bet. Hey man, welcome back to another episode of 36 Now. I'm here with our guest, Lameck. We got Kevin over there and Dino. This man just woke up, bro. DH. Anyways, the first topic here that I had was obviously for the guests. You know, for those who may not know who Lameck is a soccer coach. What do you call it, soccer or football?
I mean, if you're in Australia,
Come on,
call it football, bro. Call it as it is.
Call it football?
Football.
Then niggas might think it's footy.
Nah. Not AFL. That's it.
No AFL?
No.
I bet, yeah. Lameck is a football coach. And first of all, how long have you been coaching for?
This team, so like, officially, I think it's this season is my season. So
Yeah.
this year's my first year coaching officially. But I've been assistant for the past 3 years. I've been assistant on the behind the works.
On and off, yeah.
On and off, yeah.
Yeah. And what made you want to do that?
My right ankle.
What? Oh, injury, yeah?
Yeah, bro. Just like any other footballer, bro.
Yeah.
If you think about it.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah, so my right ankle messed up, and then I remember we were all sitting down. Everyone was arguing, like, oh, we want this person, coach, we want this person. And then I was like, hey,
What if I coach?
why don't I just do
Yeah,
it?
yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Threw myself in there, and I was like, all right. But they said, hey, relax. You
Mm.
can't just come and become coach. You
Yeah.
gotta, you gotta work
Yeah.
your way up. And it was humbling, because I guess working my way up was better than me just taking it, right? Despite knowing the game, despite knowing what's missing or whatever. But I was
Yeah.
like, let me do it. Why not? And again, it comes back to like, in that moment, it was very awkward. I'm going to try to describe it, yeah? So imagine a bunch of footballers in a room, yeah? We just lost the game, right? Coach is left. Everyone looks on their phone, the text message, the coach just said, I quit.
Really?
Yeah, and then everyone's like, hey, what's happening now?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So everyone's just looking at each other. You got players that want to continue playing, that want to still play and give it their all.
Is this the African team?
Yeah, this is the Congolese team.
Yeah.
Oh, by the way, it's the Congolese team. Yeah.
Yeah.
So in Melbourne.
Yeah.
So so then I was just like, hey, you know what? I've got a messed up ankle. I can't play no more. Or I can't play to the best of my ability, but I still want to offer something to the team, to the club, to the country, to the jersey. So I was like, yeah, I'll do it.
My question to you now would be this, yeah. Did you do it for the love of coaching and leading? Or did you do it because there was no one else that was like there? So you were like, yeah, I bet, let me step in and then I'll sort of learn as I go.
I think I'll say it's a bit of both.
Yeah.
It's a bit of both in the sense where in the moment I could see like, because throughout throughout the year playing for Congo, yeah, there were things I was missing that I'm like, hey, we could have done this better. And I mean this by coaches. You could have done this, you could have done that, right? And I was like, you know what, it's time for me to implement that. This would be an opportunity. Why don't I just throw myself in there, you know? Because I understood what the players have gone through throughout the year, what is missing. Let me be that. And the reason why I say it's both as well, on the other opposite end, there's nothing more better than like lifting your country up when at the lowest point.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, every soccer player wants to play for the international team. Yeah. But it's rare you hear, I want to lead my team to victory. You know what I mean? Through coaching, that is. So I was like, you know what? I think we can do it. I think I can do it.
And what does it feel like being a leader? Being sort of like a mentor? You yourself, have you had mentors before? And not only that, do you see yourself, or are you a mentor to some of these guys?
Nah, I wouldn't know.
You wouldn't know?
I wouldn't
know.
know.
No one's ever really told you that.
I mean, I've heard
Yeah.
people say that they see me as up there, but I wouldn't like. I don't know. First I gotta address the first part of the question, which is how I feel. How do I feel? At first, it was a bit daunting. Like it was a bit like full on. Like damn, I'm a mentor. You see me like someone who's up there type of thing. But then, as time went by, I realized I just gotta continue being and doing what I do because that's how I got there naturally. You know what I mean? So and then there are certain players or certain people in the team that would call me and ask for things that's not soccer related.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, sweet. I'm not just a coach on the field, but you know. It's almost like I'm a dad. Even though most of them are older than me, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But yeah, it's like that.
So what does it feel like being a leader?
What does it feel like?
The goods and the bads.
The goods and the bads, huh? What it feels like, I can see why, like, it's easy to say it's a lot of pressure, right? But because I like to think I'm a confident person in any decisions that we make, and whatever the results are, whether we win or lose, or whether we fall, or whatever it happens, I gotta maintain that confidence. You know what I mean? I can't show weakness, right? Because at the end of the day, I got 40 people in front of me. Oh, right now we're sitting at about, like 45 people.
Damn.
On the books.
Yeah.
45, 25 player tournament, so we cut the number in half, roughly.
Yeah.
Got 25 people in front of me. There's no time to be, scared.
Yeah.
Right? But confident is number one thing. Confident is a great feeling that I've got. Stress is involved.
That's the bad side.
Yeah. The bad side is that it's stressful. It can become stressful.
Yeah.
Right? Luckily for me, I think I'm emotionally intelligent enough to know how to juggle both, right? The good and the bad. When I get angry, right? Or when I'm happy, you know what I mean? When a player's just, it's frustrating me because they're not doing what I'm telling them to do.
How do you deal with that?
It goes with understanding the person.
Right.
It goes with understanding how can I get to you, right? Because I can either get to you through my emotions, 8 times out of 10 it won't work because I'll just yell at you. Or I can remember, physically, or we can go, bro, I might even slap you, but it doesn't work. But if I know, like Dino, for example, is someone who you have to speak a certain way, or for example, you have to pull aside and then, or for example, there are some players, I got very stubborn players, do a lap, do 2 laps, and in that 2 laps, they probably, when they start their lap, they're really pissed off. Why am I doing 2 laps? And then they get halfway through the laps, they're like, okay, let me just do what he's saying. You know what I mean? And it takes that. But the best way to deal with it is always understanding the person. Firstly, and that comes with, like, as well as when it comes to leading them. I gotta understand who I'm leading. You know what I mean? I've got like 45 different personalities. I gotta learn both. I gotta learn all of them.
Plus, they have to learn you as well.
And they have to learn me as well, which is, what's the word?
Difficult?
No, not difficult. Yeah, let's use difficult. It can be difficult, because every single one of them sees a different side of me. Yeah. Right? But they don't realize, or the best thing I say to them is, I'm different to you because, again, used to it different, right? Yeah. I can't be to Dino to you, right? If I'm yelling at him, because that's how I deal with him, and I'm yelling at you, you might cry.
Yeah, might not work.
How
about you guys?
You know what I mean?
Have you guys been in like a position where you understand that I have to lead people, right? Have any of you, like both of you, been in that situation?
Yeah, I've been in that situation before. The Shepperton listing.
Oh yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, I was a coach at some point,
Were you?
Yeah.
You were?
Before Eric.
You were the coach?
Yeah.
That's why that team went left.
This guy. Nah, so it was, Lavi used to be like the coach, and then he moved to Melbourne, you know what I mean? So we had like a vote, so I took over basically.
I didn't know you, bro.
Same thing.
Yeah.
Same
took
story.
over. But me personally, at the time, patience, with them players, man, I didn't have it, man. So I just, I passed it to areas like, man, nah, I can't do it. Because, like, trainings and all that, you know what I mean? Things was calm, players listening, but then there's always those players just create something. You try to tell them, go for a lap. Oh, why should I go for a lap? Why not him? Every time. It's like, it's always the same issue, So, life came along, work, just had too much on my hands. I was like, can't deal with this anyway. Eric, man, you gotta step up. So Eric took over, I was a coach at the moment. So it wasn't, I wouldn't say stressful, because I already knew the players in this situation as well. I already knew the players. We used to play together, and I was like one of the older players as well, there. So I wasn't really nervous with anyone. It's like I knew everyone there. It's not like we had new players come in or anything. Yeah. Like I knew these players. We've been playing together, having friendly games around. So I knew, so from my angle, never really had stress. confidence was there because I knew what I was doing. I've played for clubs before.
Yeah.
I've played for, friendly games for black teams as well. So it's like, from my angle, plus I was like one of the older guys there, you know.
So you're probably already, yeah.
I already have like a little experience, you know. Not less people there had more experience than me, you know what I mean? So it's, for me, in my angle, yeah, I've been there. It was a cool experience, yeah.
I got a question.
Yeah.
So like, in that moment when a player tells you, why am I doing a lap, right? So when they're attacked, for example, would patience be a problem for you?
Nah, I have patience.
You have patience.
Yeah.
So like when they're attacked, for example, one of your characteristics, right? One of your traits. Like how do you feel in that moment?
What do you mean?
So let's just say, for example, I don't know, I wasn't there, right? Let's just say you're not a patient person, right? And they abuse that. They utilize, like they see that you're not a patient person, and unconsciously they just, you know what I mean? They test you. They test you. Try to push it. For example, you tell them, "Hey guys, bring it in," and they're walking. Right? How do you deal with like situations like that?
Those were the little issues I'm talking about that kept coming, you know. So it was always, how would I deal with that? Usually we had the same thing as go for a lap, or maybe sit out for a bit, if depending on the offense or whatever. You know, because I remember once there was a fight, I think, like a fight at the training. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that
bro.
that I had to like.
Wait, how many players is the same 25? Well, he said 25.
I don't know now, but back then we had a fair bit of players. You know what I mean? I remember that offense. I was like, I took the two players. I was like, hey man, you guys are not training today. You know, you guys are gonna sit outside. You're gonna watch us train. If you respect the team, you're not gonna leave. You're gonna stay there, watch us train. At the end, we're gonna talk about it, and then everyone can leave. Times where it was, you're trying to tell a player, they're playing a game, it's heated, trying to tell a player do this. Oh, they bring you're not better than me, because these are people you've played with. They don't view you as. Cool, they see you as a coach, but they don't view you as, you gotta give him all the respect. In the moment, they understand they gotta give you respect, but in the moment, it's heated, his head is all over the place. He's like, hey man, at the end of the day, in the back of his head, this guy is a player as well, So you try to tell him something. Hey man, I'm not listening. We're not completely different over here. What did you do? You did this last time, And then it's like, hey bro, it's like, what are you gonna teach me that I don't know? When they start throwing questions like that. And then you gotta stop the game down. You gotta calm them down. But hey, bro, come on the outside. Sometimes they don't even want to come out. He's like, nah, bro, I'm playing, bro. I'm not coming out. And then everyone's just like, oh, come on, bro, listen, stuff like that. Situations like that were like, the only way I deal with them is just, me personally, the way I coach is, I'm a calm coach. Cool, there's times where like I lost it myself and I play distracted, but majority of times I'm calm. Because I feel like being calm, when someone else is, they're very mad, like, in the lip, like the head is very hot. You gotta be the calm person, you know what I mean? If you're also up there, that's not gonna end right, you know what I mean? So most times I'm the calm person, Whenever whatever is going on, I'm like, hey bro, do you wanna just come up for a bit? Let me talk to you for a second or something. Yeah.
So how did you get to the point where you lost it?
Me?
Yeah.
Nah.
If you're the calm person, what happened that made you like, nah?
Yeah, why?
Look, listen.
You said worse than
Angry, bro.
Huh?
Yeah, angry, bro.
Everyone is calm.
This guy hooked players, bro.
Nah.
Pretty much said, come here.
Listen, bro.
Change room, bro.
Listen, so you can become for certain. Everyone got their own limits. You know what I mean? Even the calmest person, they got them. You keep testing. You're gonna see. You know what I mean? So like, cause some people, they come out. You are. They think they keep walk around you. You know what I mean? Yeah. So sometimes you're gonna have to step up, put a leg in, and all that. So one time that I lost it, I can't really remember much, but it was. Yeah, I think I almost threw hands with our players or something like that.
Coach.
I almost threw hands with our players.
This guy said.
Nah, the thing
I was playing football, but hey, come out real quick, bro.
It's one of them little stabbing, like, younger ones, The quicker this is when we're starting to hit our peak, you know what I mean? I know I can't really run the way I used to. So these little kids here, they can do what I used to do back then, you know what I mean? You try to tell them, Because now you have a little bit more experience. Like, hey, the better way is do this, with that speed. Don't just, oh no, you're not even faster than me. What is it? Stuff like that.
Yeah.
Trying to,
And that was your limit, like, nah.
And then the thing is,
say that to me.
the thing, whenever this is happening, the other players just like, oh, how they like to drag everything,
You're like, I have a crash.
Yeah. Oh, are you gonna let him say that?
Yeah. This guy got peer
about-
pressure into a fight. That's crazy, bro.
That's
By
about
his own
movement.
players.
Yeah. Oh, God, damn.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Type of thing,
Yeah.
So, it started getting heated, and I was like, hey, get out, bro. Just get out. So it almost got there, you got, players, they will know, like, okay, this is about to get physical. They start, coming closer to you just to make sure, you don't run towards the person, And I was like, nah, this is it. So I sent the kid home or something like that, and then we just continued. And we had a lot of similar situations like that, but you can become, bro, I'm a patient person. For when to get to today, it's like, it's hitting you in certain parts. Like, first, I'm not happy that, I can't run as fast as I used to. And then now you have this kid, trying to pressure, hit my pressure points. It's like, hey, man, I'm just trying to help you. I don't know how we're here. You know what I mean? We're one team. But,
That's interesting. I didn't know you coach, bro.
I did for a bit.
I didn't know that.
It wasn't for a long time. It was for like...
Obviously, if you're trying to fight players.
I don't want to put Eric in this, but like, he got there too.
Yeah.
He almost threw hands with
Nah, this is Shepton behavior,
I
bro.
remember that.
This is definitely Shepton.
Yeah, we had to we took his position for a bit. I came back in for a bit.
Yeah.
I was coaching for a bit. I remember
That team now.
Nah. It was
How about you, Kevin, bro? Have you been in like a leadership position where you have to take charge of people?
Yeah, I would say mainly family, because I do fitness, like going to the gym, and then just being able to like learn like the things, like being able to like help with the body, physically and mentally. Like sometimes if you're feeling bad, like go outside, go for a walk. Might as well go to the gym.
Yeah.
And then from there you can sort of like be able to like take your mind off some things, and then just be able to just focus on that. But that's one part of it. There's also the food part as well too, like eating right, and then just being able to know what sort of foods that's going to be able to help you.
Yeah.
So when it comes to like people overweight, or just being able to like understand where you're at in terms of like health wise, and then just see how you can progress that. Like mainly with my cousins. So from them, one of them wants to be able to gain the muscle. The other one wants to lose weight. So it was like a leadership role from knowing that, those things I sort of felt like I can be able to like teach these to other people as well.
Like having the knowledge and then passing it on.
Yeah. Obviously
You saw that as like a leader, like being a leader was sort of like passing on knowledge kind of thing.
Mainly like I'm taking them through, so like I will have conversation with them, seeing how they are, and then how they're going with like nutrition base, and then pretty much I'm guiding them to where they want to be. Yeah. And then obviously eventually be able to get them independent so they can do their own thing. But just being able to carry that knowledge across. But at the moment, I'll say a leader.
You know how everyone says like you're either born a leader or a follower?
Yeah, it is.
Like, do you guys believe
I don't believe that.
I feel like you can
to an extent, I do agree.
Yeah, I don't believe it. It's like everyone is born cool. We have different characteristics.
Yeah.
But as you grow, you can't just be born as your role is just, you're gonna follow. Like it's not. People put themselves in that position. I feel like your life, you have so much things you go through in life. Cool. You maybe when you first. First younger or whatever. Most people when they're young, they're not even. You still got more to develop. You know what I mean? Cool. So people try to base that off how you grew up, or basically the characteristic you have at the time. Because right now, I'm 22. I don't know when I'm. Why you look at me like that? Anyway,
what? This guy froze.
This guy was always a like sound.
Pushing your own age.
Bro,
This guy said I'm 22. This guy was like, what?
I know this guy was about to say something. Anyway.
But that 22 is wild, bro. I was gonna be like, nigga, what?
Bro, hold up.
Yeah, man.
Hold up. First of all, I realized I'm like, the person that's speaking is on my left, right? And it happened to be that when you said 22 was the time I looked at the speaker. So this guy thought I'm doubting it. I didn't doubt your age, bro.
I'm down the age.
Anyway, I'm 22 right
later.
now. When I'm like 27 later on, I'm gonna be a different person. You know what I mean? So I don't believe that you're born with it. It's like how you choose or how life takes you. Look, if for example, my goal is I want to be a coach in life. Does that make it look? If you say I was born a follower, does that mean I'll never be a coach? Not really. Depends on what lessons, life trials I go through will lead me to that, because it's my end goal that I want to reach. So if you actually work towards that,
Yeah,
just-
I agree. Like,
I get
yeah.
it.
You
first
can't
I
be
was thinking
born
yes, but then I'm like,
you know.
you can't really be born a follower. But there's definitely more leaders than followers. No, sorry, less leaders, more followers.
Yeah.
For sure.
Some people are born more confident. I don't know. Not born more confident. More like how they grew up, whatever, like childhood, whatever lifestyle they lived, to the point where they are now. They just have more confidence. Maybe, let's say, for example, we're in a scenario where he grew up more in that type of area. So now he's more confident
What
because he
type of
knows.
area?
Let's say, for example, I'm a soccer player.
Yeah.
Compared to a guy who just started soccer like a year ago. You know what I mean? I'll be more confident because I grew up around that. I've developed skills. I'm more confident around that. Whereas the new guy, because he started like a year ago or something, he's not really confident there yet. People might base that off, he's a follower, he has more confidence, he's a leader. Or naturally if they're born. No, not really. You don't know how someone grew up, you know what I mean? Maybe, 7 years after this guy started, he grows his confidence as well. When it comes to that scenario, he started leading people as well, like in maybe a soccer team or something. People will be like, yeah, he's a natural leader. Not really. It never used to be like that. I feel like
It's experience. Yeah,
it's experience in life, you know what I mean? Yeah.
So if you don't have I agree. The reason why I actually agree, because I was gonna say the same thing in the sense where I like to think everyone's born a leader. It's just whether you wanna pursue it and open that box.
But you can use the same argument
as
to the
a
opposite
follower.
side.
Absolutely.
You can be everyone's born a follower,
Yeah.
but you have to find a way to become the
So
leader.
you become a leader, yeah. And I guess
which one is it?
So you're not born anything, bro. You're just born.
so if I was to say, because
No,
being a leader-
hold up. Actually, you're born a follower. Why? Because when you're born, you're being led by parents.
100%.
The little kids around might lead you and stuff. But mainly, you're being led by your parents. So you're actually initially born as a follower.
You're trying to use your parents. Yeah. Go ahead.
No, that's
Yeah, but that's true,
That
You're born as
sounds
a-
that's very poetic. That's very
Yeah.
poetic, but it's not right.
What? Wait, what?
It's no, you can't.
Okay. When you're young, right? My guy, when you're...
It's easy.
Hold up, man.
Okay.
This guy wants to jump in.
You got something to say.
Bro, when you're 1 year old, yeah, every single decision that is being made, it's not being made by you, by your parents. They're leading you every single step, right? So the older you get, obviously you have to get out of that mindset that, okay, I can't keep relying on my parents. I have to become independent. I have to build my own skills. Based off what I learned from them, I have to build my own skills, learn how to do this by myself, learn how you acquire your own skills. That's potentially how you become a leader, right? Where you can now get that knowledge and teach it to other people. Hence his example, right? He's gained knowledge from somewhere, now he's teaching other people. I do actually believe, I literally just thought about that now. I do think you're born a follower. The more you grow up, you have to eventually teach yourself to become a leader. I wanna hear the opposing sides to this.
It's not wrong. It's not right. But it's like there's.
How is it not right? Tell me how it's not right.
All right. For me, biologically, yeah.
Yeah.
Literally, as a baby, you know absolutely nothing.
Thank you.
Right?
Yeah.
So that's already nature taking its course. That's just nature taking. When you say you're born a follower, it's almost as if, all right, I know I'm a follower, so I'm just gonna follow. Or you can either look at it as a baby. It's not even thinking at that point, right? It's only when you grow, like you said, then you decide. As you grow, for example, when you grow, that's when you decide, all right, sweet. When you get into the adolescent years, your dad will tell you, don't do this. You'll say, no, I'm going to do this instead, right? Because you now have what? You can now think, right? There are some people who literally, they'll get to adolescent, they're still saying yes to their parents. Yes. And and then lose the confidence in actually doing things for themselves. And that's where, again, I just think, in terms of sticking with the baby part, with what you're saying, I disagree. Because it's almost like no one at that time is born either a leader or a follower, which is where he said it's just biological nature, like growing up, right? What you both touched on was life, in terms of when you grow, you develop certain traits. It's whether you want to expand on those traits or not, right? If you have confidence, for example, people will tell you, hey, you're a pretty confident person, man. Some people will be like, oh yeah, I'm confident. Let me expand on what else can I do with my confidence, you know? Public speaking, you know, I can lead people. Or people will be like, hey, you're a pretty confident person, you know that? And you're like, I'm confident, but, just shies away. And that comes with life. That's when, I think, when you can think yes or no, right is wrong, that's when you start to decide, or that's when you start to go,
But
follower,
you
leader,
could
follower, leader, follower,
see
leader.
the way you can look at it also is like as a follower, yeah, you're being blindly led. As a follower, you're being blindly led.
Well, as a baby or as a...
No,
I wouldn't say always like blind.
Led.
You can't get led
Like-
by. It's like you can, like let's say you doing for like a positive outcome. That could be. I feel like the outcome could be either negative or positive, but in terms of like being blindly led.
What I mean by blindly led is like the followers that I'm mentioning is like you keep saying yes to things that certain things I'm like maybe I should have said no, but I'm saying yes still, and you don't know why, but you keep saying yes to like you were saying, you keep saying yes. So it's like there is something that's blindly leading you that you don't realize, and you have to grow out of that. Like you have to recognize, okay, am I like timid? Am I afraid of being judged? Am I like, there's so many elements to it. And what I mean by blindly led, it's not necessarily just people. It's like obviously people involved, but it's like it could be your own insecurities. It could be your own shortcomings. It could be like a lot of things, but it's like, it's not things that you see every day, right? It's like a blind that's there that you can't really see. You don't realize, you're like, oh man, I should have said something, but I didn't say anything. I just said yes. Is it because you're afraid of judgment? Is it because, I don't know if you guys understand what I'm...
No, it's basically life. Because if I tell you, Moses, let's go here, you come, and you realize, damn, that place wasn't it. And then I come back to you again, this is Monday, I now tell you Friday, hey, let's go here. Are you going to say yes or no?
We're speaking about a person that does this constantly.
Yeah, so...
Constantly doing things that you don't like.
Despite knowing that the outcome to it, despite knowing the fact that if I do this again, this is where I'm going, or is this in a sense where it's your first time and I'm taking you out, for example?
No, it's constantly.
So it's constant.
like, yeah.
So you know that, for example, I'm a person who's going to lead you to getting drunk at the end of the night, but yet you still do it.
Because you want to, yeah.
Because you want to do it.
Yeah.
All right, cool. I mean, that makes sense. But I wouldn't say... There's underlying things. There's underlying issues there. It could be judgment. It just could naturally be that you're weak. You don't understand yourself.
Yeah.
Right? You don't...
But those are traits of a follower.
Yeah, but what could that come from, man? Like obviously, look, some other characteristic can come from like your parents.
Yeah.
Or some things that you obviously saw when you're younger, and that could obviously
Well,
contribute to how you view.
It could be friends. It could be parents, like you said.
So I feel like everyone has a unique upbringing, and through that, it's always gonna be like being a leader could come from that. Like I would say, for example, like someone that's in a environment where someone can get influenced by the environment, the people, and obviously the person's mindset towards things could obviously influence that as well. Everyone have a unique towards how their mindset is. So being able to view things like, oh, that's that, I don't want to do it. That's wrong, that's bad, that's whatever. Or people telling you that's right or that's wrong. Yeah. And the environmental as well too, where you live and what things that you have access to as well too. That could also influence. But everyone is obviously grows up differently, and as those things, it's going to impact it differently. So the outcome of that could be someone that's a leader, or more of a leader, or more of a follower.
Yeah. Well, to summarize the topic, I don't remember a time where I've had to be in a leadership role where I'm overseeing lots of people. I guess you could say that. But I've had instances where I was trusted enough to have authority. But I don't know if that's the same thing.
It's exactly the same thing.
No, but not for the duration that I guess you guys had.
Time doesn't matter.
Alright, well I guess I've been in that too.
Alright, so can I ask you a question? Are you a leader?
Am I a leader?
Yeah.
I do think that I have leadership qualities, yeah.
So you're a leader?
But I also follow.
No. The question is, do you lead? Are you a leader?
Yes. I
you're
think
a
I
leader.
have leadership qualities.
Sweet.
I said that with
But
confidence,
yeah.
my boy.
Thanks for watching this clip. If you'd like to watch more, click over here. And if you'd like to subscribe, it should be down here.
Subscribe usually down, man.
Yeah, or down here.
Hey, man, don't
But
point.
yeah.
You're just gonna be pointing at some black ass.
But yeah, don't forget, yeah.